All right, last time I made a hypothetical conspiracy theory video, not from my own view, but from where you might expect conspiracies on primarily the left to kind of range between. And they didn't say exactly what I predicted they would say, but something similar. And not even, well, the thing is, they can't say, I mean, if you took Joy Reid's perspective of they faked the shooting, then you have to imagine that the Tiny Hats have somebody as collateral. Despite how much, not Barron Trump, the other Trump, say that we love Israel, okay, or Israel. The thing is, no matter how much we love Israel, Israel can never be an ally of the United States. And they're not. Neither is Ukraine. We have a good relationship with them, but they're not our allies. That's a weird thing about these kind of hegemons, is that they fucking hate each other. So, I mean, more than you can hate other humans, and in our media and we're being inundated by, you must hate this, you must hate that, or something like that. It's almost like somebody smart enough to know that it's suggestive psychology, and by even if you say no, of course not, you know what I'm saying, like, but before this is over, you will confuse the people with their government. They're going to confuse, because how are you going to kill them? How are you going to kill Iranians? I love Iranians. I'll talk shit about their government, but not really around them on purpose. If it's necessary for you to say how you feel and there's Iranians around, you'll figure out a way to do it. I have a feeling that Christ is interested in whether or not you can differentiate the difference between the actions of a government and the people. Okay. This is old hat and everything, but it's still, your lessons might not be including something you never knew before, but something old hat like that. Like I said before, I think if you were to learn more about Christ, 100 million people could die for us to be able to learn more. So, go sticking to your book and everything means you're not addicted to Megadeth. If you like your Bible and everything, I don't read the Bible really that much. Ever, hardly. I'm probably not authorized to say, based on my lack of probably scriptural knowledge, but it's not the same thing. It's like everything that's been done in the namesake as for the people who are of the thing. And for you to play that game, you probably know better, and you probably shouldn't be doing that. So, fucking sucks for you. And when you fall on your face, they're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. It's not gonna be what they you think about. It's gonna, we think you're hurt. You think you're hurting them or something like that. And it's going to be so awful, and you have to cover up, and you have to suffocate the truth out of, you're not hurting nobody, just yourself. And they're all going to laugh at you. To not become the butt of all jokes is the purpose of all of this, educating yourself so that you can argue more eloquently and everything, or say things in a more intellectual way. Then even if you're right, then you could be for, because why not? So what's my view on this thing, this Trump thing, right? Is they didn't want to use the drones first because it would look like we would be looking up higher than lone wingnut that been bullied in high school to explain, and of course he has like fucking an extra van that we didn't know about and just popped up on the scene. That's not a rental, it's an old van. He has an extra cell phone. He's marching through the woods with a fucking ladder for a mile or some shit. Like, fucking, why you need doing all this with 2 cars and 2 cell phones shit? But do I think that they have collateral, somebody in the Trump camp, that they have them? No, I don't think so. I don't think that they have anybody like hostage or anything like that. I mean, that was only going along with the other scenario where people wagered that a loud noise event took place, and the frequency of the loud high-pitched noise or whatever fucking shattered this teleprompter or whatever bullshit. Like, I actually felt like neurotic making that video, because I don't want people to think that's me. Just being able to think inside the mind of a monster like fucking Joy Reid. People might think that you identify as, okay, I don't know what the fuck that hose beast is. Why does she have the blonde hair thing? You know what I mean? Like, she's been a part of that in-crowd ritual. You know what I mean? Like, she's so plastic, and she's gonna grow up looking like a balloon animal. Fuck, I don't know. Fucking Al Sharpton, he looks like a little fucking balloon on a stick. I don't know what the fuck happens to these people. They don't look right. They don't look like normal aging people. But I mean, that's my conspiratorial mindset. I have 2 conspiratorial mindsets. I have the one that I use for me, and the one that I use for placating half, only recalling half, like getting into the conspiracy, but then not going all the way down because she didn't want to say anything that might be construed as anti-Semitic, which is a cudgel, which they use. So they're acutely aware of it and then fucking trying to avoid it themselves. I'm not ducking that shit. Why? There's no, like, fucking nobody ever came at me like that. I don't know if they come at somebody else for what they're responsible for teaching me, but they don't come at me. I'm not important anymore. I was only important when I was all mixed up or goofy. So that's when you could really find support. It's when you have a bunch of fucking half-baked idea. And then I feel bad for some of the people that confuse that as the true version of being authentic and compassionate or whatever, because we're all operating in that fake, mystical new days and time that we live in, or something that was brought on by manufactured consent. A word that stays negatively charged, even though coercion apparently is not always from the worst intention. Like your parents and people try to coerce you to follow the laws and everything. People try to coerce you. The carrot and the stick is coercion. There's all kind of coercion. So it's not just, but that manufactured consent though, it comes under the wide umbrella of the legalese term molestation, because anything that you do to impede or stand in the way of a paradigm that is growing its own direction is going to turn out to be a form of molestation. I'm not saying that it's sexual deviation. It's a big legal umbrella. You can molest simply by harassing. I was walking this way. You're making me change direction. I'm feel molested because you made me cross the street and go a different route. Yeah, you know.